comes a time at the end of a man's life when he pauses to reflect on his accomplishments. They say that once life flashes before their eyes, for me it's been more of a stroll. I've come to the conclusion I served my country well, my family better, but you went very poorly.
Nonsense. I'm very happy to see your wife.
My wife. I was too weak at our wedding to lift my head. What a sight that must have been, my one-armed brother holding up my wedding vows.
Didn't feel bad, then? I tended the house, all cooking, all cleaning, all the washing and mending clothes. I feed you, comfort you, dress your wounds. You, well, you lie in bed all day, eat, sleep, generally don't do much of anything. Seems like a perfectly normal marriage arrangement to me.
Don't make me laugh.
Oh, yes, I do not. We Fairchilds are a stern and serious lot.
It's true. Being a Fairchild carries with it a great deal of duty and responsibility. My father, Cassius Fairchild, was the first state treasurer and the first mayor of Madison. One of my brothers, Lucius, who lost his arm at Gettysburg, was elected governor of Wisconsin in 1866. My other brother, Charles, served in the Navy. All three of my father's sons served with great distinction during the war. My father understood that military service was critical to our having successful political careers.
The Fairchilds have been warriors and politicians for 1,000 years. Family's lineage has been traced back to the States. You have to understand, Cass, that I don't love you for your family. I didn't marry you because you were a military officer or war hero. I fell in love with a man who meets that hard and proper exterior, the gentleman, the real you.
Have you been drinking my pain medicine?
It's true. I know you want to be remembered for your great seriousness, your duty and responsibility, your term in the state legislature, and serving as U.S. Marshal. Believe me, you will be. You brought great honor to your family's name. Still, you must will remember the real you, kind and gentle Cassius, the man who, as a major of the 16th Wisconsin Volunteers, found himself in Pittsburgh Landing, Tennessee, just a few days before the Battle of Shiloh. You were so full of thought.
Of course I was full of thought. I had never led men into battle before, and it was looking like I'd be leading the 16th on my own. We had about 80,000 Union soldiers, but estimates were the Confederates had almost as many. Worse, there'd be no place to retreat if the fighting went poorly. The river was at our back, and to retreat there would be to drown. There was much thoughtful.
Yes, and in those days leading up to battle, you wrote home nearly every day. One letter in particular was to your sister.
Sarah?
Yes, Sarah, your only sister. In that letter, do you remember what you said?
News of the war, I suppose.
And also pressed flowers.
Pressed flowers.
Oh, yes.
I don't remember that.
Enclosed I send you a pressed bouquet. The whole country is covered in flowers. How I wish I could drop in and dine with you today. Tell all the good people of Madison I am well and think of them often.
There were quite a lot of flowers. I thought that Sarah would be amused.
But that isn't the message.
I don't think this is at all relevant, darling.
Do you remember how you ended the letter? The first time you write, send me one of my photographs. I want to send it to a girl. By doing so, you oblige your big brother. You wanted her to send you a photograph of yourself so you could send it to a girl. I wonder who that girl might have been.
Nobody other than Sarah was supposed to see that.
See, that is why I love you. And that is what sets you apart from the rest of the Fairchild clan. You all served with bravery and pride. You were the one on the eve of battle
my soul had been less generous, and my mind more on the task at hand, I wouldn't have been shot.
Darling, there was nothing you could have done to prevent that.
That cursed musket ball tore into my leg at the hip and lodged itself in the bone. I was carried down the Tennessee and Ohio River, up the Mississippi all the way on a stretcher. For 8 excruciating months, that ball and 7 tiny pieces of clothing remained inside my leg. By the time the doctors finally found it, bone had begun to grow around the ball. They had to take it out in pieces. This wound never properly healed. Twice during the war, this wound reopened